What's going on YouTube? Today's video isn't just a normal update. Today's a celebration as I celebrate 800 days of sobriety. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jamie Dottie Garza, and it's time to ignite your sobriety. And that's what I'm doing today as I share my journey of being 800 days sober, alcohol free, no alcohol, because wow, it has been a journey. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing as I aim to inspire those who may be sober curious and want to get sober. I am a walking testimony, a walking testament of it being possible. We're going to celebrate. Let's celebrate. Now, for those who don't know, this is alcohol free. I would be doing a video on my review of these because I tried these for the first time for Father's Day and Memorial Day weekend, and it's lit. You know, low calories, tastes like a brew, and you know what? I'm at a point right now where I don't want to drink too much sugar. I'm on my health fitness journey more than ever these days, and this is refreshing. So salute to 800 days sober, keeping it going. As I reflect back, I want to share some of my story. I have been somebody who loved alcohol, and going before I was 18, especially in my early 20s, mid 20s, alcohol consumed me. I could try to think of any excuse, every excuse of why I became a functioning alcoholic. Was it hereditary? Was it the fact that I needed a crutch? Was it all these different things? And to be truthful, it was. I was also a creative and wanting to create videos and video content. At the time I was doing music videos. So I felt like alcohol made me better. I felt like alcohol gave me creativity. I felt like alcohol gave me confidence. I felt like people loved being around me in alcohol. And back in those days, that's exactly what my 20s were. I didn't have no kids. I had a full-time job. I was working at Best Buy. I had entrepreneur spirit. I was filming music videos. I was networking within there. I was living the party lifestyle. I was promoting the party lifestyle, going to clubs in DC like Ibiza and Furs. If you know, you know, going out to bars normally throughout the week, not just weekends, normalizing house parties, getting turned up literally on Wednesdays and Thursdays during the week and throughout my week. It was the norm for me. And once it becomes the norm, it became very toxic, and I kept that lifestyle going. But it wasn't until New Year's Eve, I believe 2015 going to 2016, that's when everything came to a culmination. It came to a breaking point. I got so blasted and so furred up that night that I blacked out. I made a complete a-hole of myself in front of my friends and my now wife, where I was so embarrassed, and she actually was about to leave me that New Year's, the day after everything happened. And if it wasn't for my son, who I found out that she was pregnant with a few weeks later, that's what really got me motivated to get alcohol free and get sober. And it's been tough. I fell short of this numerous times, but why I say that is because I'm celebrating 800 days right now, people. I was someone who never thought that I could have fun without alcohol. I was bringing my own bottle to places. I had my own flask, for Pete's sake, of my favorite alcoholic beverage on me. I felt like I couldn't be fun. I feel like my ideas, I couldn't be creative. I feel like I couldn't be the best version of myself because of alcohol. And I'm sharing all that right now because I want to be an inspiration to those out there who feel the same way, who might feel the same way, who might be battling with alcoholism and might not even know it. For those who want to get sober but don't believe in yourself or don't believe it's possible, because yo, I'm 800 days sober. Like, this is mind-boggling. I just sipped the alcoholic-free beverage just now. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm confident saying no thank you to alcohol. I'm still able to maneuver in so many different ways and stand on it and stand on that business and stand on those principles. So alcohol-free has been such a blessing, and I just want to share some of those blessings that I've encountered by being sober, by being alcohol free. Immediately, the first thing that comes to mind is my mental health. My mental health was deteriorating day by day when I was just drinking my pain away, drinking my problems away, drinking. I was scared to accept certain things. So I was going to alcohol. I was consuming so much cognac at the time. I don't even want to promote them right now. I was consuming so much Hennessy at the time that my body was shaking when I didn't have it. I was drinking fifths, pints, liters throughout the week. You know, the miniature pints to get me through my day. I remember going to my stepson's birthday, and I forgot what year this was, but before I went, I remember crushing a pint, a half a pint. And I didn't see no shame in it. I thought like, well, if I'm gonna tolerate people, this is what I have to do. And that's what I did. And it was a crutch for me, right? I'm just going back down memory lane. As you know, when you drink, you lose energy, right? You have to recoup the next day from hangovers. And my body was becoming so immune to it that I felt like I didn't have a problem because I would recuperate quicker. But instead, it was making me more lazy. It was making me, I have always been one to be goal-centered and goal-oriented. And I've always had ideas to keep the needle moving forward. But what I realized over these past 2 years is that being sober completely is a game changer because you cut the fat. You're able to progress on your goals more and more every day. No longer is it just you having these epiphanies and dopamine hits of what you're about to do, but you're actually able to do the work and put the work in. See, that's one of the biggest things about alcohol that I learned from is it's an illusion. It becomes a fantasy land. It becomes this realm where it's nothing but dopamine and feeling good. And then once you go to sleep and wake up, you got to start back up again. You're back at ground zero. And if you want that feeling again, I was chasing it so many times to get back there. My tolerance was so up, so I would drink. I really wanted to quit alcohol when I turned 33. And that was my goal on April 17th, I think 2022. And that was my last drink. And I made a vow to myself that I would remain sober. And since that day, so much has been blessed upon me. Not only am I a father again, and now I have a baby girl who's about to be 2 years old this upcoming September. I'm able to be a better example for her. I'm able to be a version of myself that I have not been for my son before, because he saw me at a time when he was growing, he was born, and I was still drinking, and I was still trying to combat my alcoholism. But my baby girl's getting the best version of me. Because of being sober, I've been able to get back to the Lord and get back to leading. For example, this past month, I was anointed by the Lord and appointed by my pastor, Reverend Baker, to lead our men's ministry in church. I've been able to give back my time. I've been able to lead better. I've been able to be more sharp because I can't be somebody 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm the type of person where I have to be all the way in. And I would feel like a walking fluke if I was in this position, if I were still drinking, if I was still smoking, if I was still doing these vices. And I've been blessed with leadership. Speaking of leadership, on May 17th, I graduated a very prestigious and pioneering leadership class in my area called Leadership Fredericksburg. This program has been around for 17 years. Some of the great people I admire in even film, CEOs and leaders in my community have went through this program. And I finally went through it. And for 9 months, because of my sobriety, I was able to be top of my class. I was our class president. I was chosen to be class president unanimously out of 33 others. That's a huge blessing. Too much is given, much is required. If I was drinking, I wouldn't be able to have this focus. I wouldn't be able to perform at this level. I wouldn't be able to get myself in line for all of this. I'm glowing right now. This is the natural glow of being sober. I am back running. I just ran 5K for the past 3 days this week. I'm invested back in my health. I started lifting weights over the past, starting April. I've been able to get back on a regimen because I can. I'm able to wake up at 6:30 and get my workouts done and write in my journal and pray, and then start my day. Finally able to get some great sleep. I'm going to sleep at 10:30 and 11. I'm no longer just staying up, drinking, and letting my imagination loose without ever coming back. Like, I'm in such a blessed state right now. During my sobriety, when I quit, and before I quit, I got married. And I've been able to be a way better, more empathetic husband, but a caring husband, a husband who helps, who is more mindful of the words I use. Because when I was drinking alcohol, I would get ugly. And my wife shares to me today that I'm a more nicer person. I have a very harsh tongue. I could talk trash like this. I could say some harmful things, but I have changed. And I thank nothing but the Lord and getting me back to my purpose. I thank God for getting me back to the version of my true self that was always within me. I fell away, I strayed away. I will never be fully perfect. But for this phase of my life, I'm not robbing myself of who I really am. And because of my sobriety, I've been able to be a better leader. I've been able to be more efficient in my business. I've been able to serve more. And by serving more, I solve problems for a living, y'all. I create videos for business owners and nonprofits to tell their stories so they can hit their goals, growing, making more money, connecting more with their ideal prospects and clients, saving time in their business. That's what I do. And because of this sobriety, I've been able to really lead. I've been really able to give my all. I recall when I was in and out between sobriety and starting my business in 2018, that I recall there was a client who called me, just to catch up on some edits I needed with the video, but I was day drinking with my homie. We was at the bar shooting pool at like 1 and 2 p.m. I know I had to pick up my son Carter at like 5 p.m. from daycare. I was just missing it. I just wanted to get the quick buzz. That's how addicted to alcohol I was. I'm able to enjoy meals without chasing it with an alcoholic beverage. I was at a point where I couldn't eat chicken wings or tacos without a beer. Beer was my beverage of choice, like screw soda, screw water at one point. I wanted beer. And my face was breaking out. I have had gut issues. More importantly, my mental issues have been able to really benefit from it. I no longer get anxiety. I no longer have harmful ideas of harming myself or things of that nature. Now, it's a work in progress. That's why I work out so much. That's why I run every day or try to at least get a mile. And I try to at least do 10 miles a week. But it's a lot that goes into it, but it stems from alcohol. I'm no longer hungover. I'm no longer just eating like a slob as soon as I wake up because I need grease in me because I drank too much the night before. Since being sober, I'm in control. 100% of my decisions and my actions. I'm no longer wasting time with people who were once my friend, who's not. I'm just so much more happier. I'm just so much more positive. I'm just so much better. I'm better for you guys. I'm grateful I went through my period of alcoholism, though. I wouldn't take it back because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to share videos like this. I'm the type of person you can hear or take notes all the time, but I'm not going to talk on anything I ain't personally went through. And I personally went through this one. So that's why it's so at the top of my heart and my mission to do my due diligence as a leader to share this type of content on YouTube. All my subscribers, I'm thankful for you because there was a time in my life where I didn't feel like this was even in my cards. I didn't have ideas of living past 30. I was living so fast and through a bottle that everything was just that moment and that's it. Like I was really content, like if I passed away right then and there, that I was good with life. Because of me getting away from alcohol, what a journey, I'm able to really focus on what's important. I'm not making this video for me. I'm making this video to hopefully inspire those out there. I want to challenge you guys where you're at right now. Envision if you're not alcohol free, but you want to get alcohol free, how would you feel being 800 days sober. I've had those ideas when I first started, when I was on this journey and started this journey seriously on April 17th of 2022. What I'm living in right now is exactly the feeling I had in mind of when I was thinking about it and when I was on the road to sobriety. It does take due diligence. It does take discipline. You occupy your mind. Put that time you're wasting. I've saved so much money. Put that money you're wasting and invest in something, a business. That's what I did. And it's cool being a leader. It's cool influencing others. It's cool being the one who says no, thank you. Before I close out, I just want to throw this out there to everybody. If you're someone who's thinking it's too late to get sober, it's too late to stop drinking, don't put that limited belief on yourself. Everything starts with one thought, and that thought goes into an action. 1 hour turns into 2. Those hours add up to your first day. The days start adding up to weeks. Those weeks start developing into months. You too, I know it. You too can get to this point and beyond. All you have to do is make the commitment to yourself. How bad do you want sobriety? The older I get, I'm 35 years old, I want the longevity. I don't want my liver conking out before my daughter gets married for our first dance and before I make the speech at her wedding. I don't want my health to conk out before I see my son Carter graduate high school. I don't want to make stupid decisions on a weekday when I should have been at home. Instead, I'm out at the bar and I get behind the wheel and I'm not able to come back home to my wife. Sobriety has given me so much purpose, so much focus, and so much life. Alcohol is simply just weighing you down and distracting you from the purpose of what God has given you. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop in the comments how many days sober you are, why you want to get sober. We got to keep this community building. And if you want to see more inspiring video content like this on how to ignite your sobriety, hit that red button and let's keep building. I'm just so blessed and grateful for being sober and alcohol free. I'll see you guys in the next video.